dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Hello, welcome back to another Getting Projects Done with me, Chris. Continuing my work on the Swamp Boss Scumdrek. Or what else is he? He also has another name. Oh, Snatchaboss. On Sludgeraker. On a Sludgeraker? How does one go from being a Scumdrek to a Scumdraker? Sludgeraker? Anyway, how does one go from being that creature to another creature? I don't know. I get the Swamp Boss and the Snatchaboss. Snatchaboss. So anyway, that's fun to say. Snatchaboss. Anywho, continuing work. It's kind of boring, but we're getting through it. Oh, geez. Oh, somebody subscribed. Over on the Twitch side of things. Or no, YouTube side of things. Thank you. Thank you. So anyway, we're getting back to work on the Swamp Boss. I think I'm going to do it as the Swamp Boss. This fella. Although I'm going to go for the alternate head. The one that's unhelmeted. That one right there. The unhelmeted head. Yeah, so we're going to continue on. I don't know if I'm going to paint it like this, or if we'll go with, some sort of crazy, goofy color scheme. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, we don't need these sprues here for the moment. Put those over there. So we still need these big parts, because, oh, geez Louise. This is as far as we are at the moment. I know. Exciting stuff. I also got these little gems in the mail today. I'm really looking forward to this one here. I don't know how well this shows up on camera. Let's adjust some of the light here. Anyway. Yeah, this one's really fun. I'm really tempted to use this on something. You know what? Here, hold on. Let's focus in a bit. Just for anybody who can't quite make out what's happening on the screen. So let's go over here. Click this. It's always a bunch of bazillion different clicks and shit like that. So anyway, too far. I guess we can bring it up. Let's bring it right about there. There we go. Rainbow Roll. Now, the sticker looks really, really boring. It's like, oh, it's Rainbow Roll. Okay, great. But then, when you start to play with it in the light, it's blue, green, shifts over to the reds and yellows. It's like a holographic, I think. But it's like dark. Now, the way it's kind of recommended, like the paint doesn't look very dark. But the way it's recommended is that this go on top of black, and I'm kind of excited to try it out. Another good one, which I thought was really cool, was this super massive. So a sticker looks really, really dark, and it shifts from a black. This is a shifting paint, and it shifts over to the red yellow. See how it goes like right from the dark, and then it shifts into that. So I'm curious to see what this looks like on a model. And of course, the other one I'm really curious about. This is the one since they've been talking about it, I've been really curious about. Black Ice. This is a black metallic, and I'm curious to see how dark. And you can even see in the jar, like it's dark. I'm really curious about this one. What's gonna happen? I have no idea, but yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Just so you guys can see what's what. Anywho, is my volume on? Yeah. Just making sure my volume's on. All right, back to work. Okay, so we got as far as this step is concerned. I thinky, right? Because we got the thumb, right? We got the thumb. We put the logs on. Put the yoke on. Yeah, the yoke is on. We think it's the right way. Had no idea how this was plugged in till I lined it up and then realized that, yeah, it probably should look like a straight beam going all the way through. So fix that really fast. Everything's good and solid, of course, because everything is melted together as plastic cement does. If you are assembling models along, I highly, highly, highly recommend you use some sort of plastic cement. I've been using Tamiya extra thin cement. It's one of my faves, and who knows, maybe it's one of yours. All right, what is this part? Is that all one part? Oh, it is too. Wow, that's crazy. It's just one big piece that pivots off his ass. All right, so we're going with part number 39, which is this part, and number 40, which is this part. Yeah, I assume that's that part. And then 39, because then 42 comes across. Gotcha. I hear ya. So 41. Okay, so we're just dealing with these three pieces at the moment. Okay, let's get to it. Enough gum flapping. Let's get her done. Again, I really need music. Most of the time, whenever I'm doing this kind of stuff, I usually have music playing. Whenever I stream, I don't have music playing because, well, get a freaking copyright strike. Which is, you know, I get, but it's kind of dumb. But I get. And I need some sort of music playing. Especially when I'm doing this kind of boring stuff. And, you know, assembly for me, yeah, it's boring. I'm not particularly fired up for the project during the assembly phase. It's just the way my little pea brain works. I'm just, you know, I'm sure there's many of you out there who are of a similar way where it's just, you know, let's get to the painting. Let's throw some frickin' paint on this thing, you know? Let's get some fucking French toast. And yeah. I don't know, it just doesn't fire me up for a project. Could be as well that it's the length of time in which I take to do one of these things, right? It's not like I just simply cut the bits free and slap them together. I cut the bits free and I knock the nubs down, and you know what I mean? We take our time properly with this sort of stuff, and you know, as one should. You should take your time and enjoy yourself, especially if this is like, if this process is something you enjoy, right? Like, first, I know there's many people out there who, I hope I didn't, yeah, it's not on there. Okay, there was like a little dangly bit hanging there, and I was like, wait, was that a detail? I know there are many people out there that, like, this part of the hobby, this is their jam. This is what they live for. This is the part of the hobby that gets them fired up because, you know, reasons, I suppose. Because they enjoy it, you know. And when I was a younger fella, I used to enjoy this part, sort of. The assembly, the cleaning of the model, bringing all the parts together, and then, look at this. It's, you know, it's this. It's starting to look like the box, and, you know. But that was usually like with, you know, World War II kits and, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. That kind of stuff is what really kind of got me into the hobby. Okay, that's last. So let's take care of this part. Yeah. Maybe. You know what I might have to do? I might have to put some headphones in when I'm doing this. Maybe that's what we'll do next time. I'll put headphones in while I'm doing this so I can hum along to my music and enjoy myself and respond to your comments. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe. Just maybe. Alright. Time to clean. Getting back to her. I know it's boring stuff, but you know, I suppose it can't be all go 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 all the time, right? I mean, it can, but you'll be frickin' exhausted by the end of that process. No, I certainly hope that little nub I just clipped wasn't part of the how parts line up phase. Is that a phase? That step? Something like that, anyway. Yeah, because I usually, whenever I'm doing this kind of stuff, I usually have some sort of tunes blasting. I'm just going to rock out while I'm doing this stuff. Because for me, that helps me kind of shut my brain off and not think about what I'm doing, right? Whenever I'm doing any kind of chore, I like to have music playing and, you know, can shut that part of my brain off while I'm, you know, doing something that's I typically regard as kind of, you know, menial. Oh, shit. Dropping my tools. My tools. My tools. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't turn Discord on. Oops. Oops. Because usually I make myself available for those in the Discord. But I'm going to mute myself for the moment. There we go. I can see there's a couple of fellas, a couple of the monk eyes in the Discord. I don't know if they're playing games or what, but let them be. Let them be. Let them be. Yeah. Really excited. I'm excited to try the super massive one. I just like how it shifts from a black to a red. I think that's just really, really interesting. It's very, very interesting. It's not quite a black. It's like really, really dark, 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 brown, purple kind of color. Grave Robbers. I think it would be kind of good on its color shift as well. I think it would be kind of good in, you know, like an undead capacity. It'd be kind of fun. Skyrat. This one's a fun one as well. It shifts from like this purple value to blue-green and then to almost to a purple again. So it kind of flanks by its purple tones. It's very, very interesting. I have no idea like how these pigments work, like to make them a paint. Because like this rainbow one, like this is just fun. And it's got all the colors of the rainbow. I don't know how it does that. How does it do it? Some sort of black magic? This one here, Bee's Knees. The way this one's described is it looks good on top of a black prime as well as a white prime. I'm kind of curious about that one. What was the other one? Oh, no, not the pink. Not the red. Yeah, this one, Hot Commodity. I think this one's a shift as well, isn't it? Because it goes from like an orangey value, like a deep orange, to a light orange. I think this is a shifting one. I suppose it would say on the side, right? If these are shifts, it's just metallic paint. Yeah. Do they say? It's a turbo shift paint. So that's what we're calling it, turbo shift. Right? This is just a metallic. What's black? It's a metallic. Oh, this says a metallic as well. Probably should read as a shift, no? Because it shifts? Or is it just straight up, it does that color? I don't know. I don't know. That's metallic paint. That's a turbo shift. Okay. So they do distinguish for their shifts. Alright? Yeah. This is metallic. It's metallic. Even though it kind of looks like it could be a shifting paint. Box wine. It's like this deep burgundy color. It's kind of fun. Anyway. Back to the... It's the ADD that kicks in. I just kind of, I don't really feel like doing this. Oh, this assembly. Oh, this tiny little nub I gotta clear. It's on this tiny little delicate end of this little rope detail. Now, if you got a nice sharp blade, it's not usually a problem to clean that off. So you just gently shave that end down. Gently. Always be gentle. Or don't. I don't care. I'm not your mom. Not your mom, damn it. What is that? That's nub, isn't it? I hope it was nub. Because I just cleared it right off. Oh, man. I hope it was nub. God, I hope that was a nub. Not some sort of other precious detail. I mean, like, if you're doing this kind of stuff for yourself and, you know, you're not, like, looking to, like, you're more of a gamer than a painter, then, you know, I'm sure you probably don't, you know, go through this much trouble to get your models assembled. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody enjoys the hobby differently, right? Zuldorak. Hi, Zul. Zul? Is it Zul? I'm just gonna say Zul. There is no Dana, only Zul. Yeah. I tried to get some more work on this done, like between streams, but I was finishing off my Space Marine. The Space Marine is done, I think. He's done. And so, yeah. You can see there I attached some feathers to his gun, keeping with the whole, you know, Native American vibe. To be more correct, it's not actually Native American. It's actually Ojibwe. Mainly because, well, that's what I am. I'm Ojibwe. And so, yeah. So I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. The gun, now, what do you think? Like, if this was scaled to the 28 mil scale, do you think this would be cool? Or do you think it only works at this bigger scale like this? I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, I still need to take some pretty pics. I want to do like a little showcase video of them. You know, just like have them turning around and stuff. You know, the showcase video. Anybody who's familiar with my YouTube stuff knows what kind of thing I'm talking about there. You know the thing about the things. The things. I go by the Barfing Sheep on YouTube. Oh, okay. I am familiar with that name. Didn't you tell me to go jump off a bridge? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you might have. I don't know. That's a nub. That's a nub right there. No nubs. No nubs allowed. That's what we should call this segment. I would never. No, I know. I was teasing. But yeah, we should call this phase "No Nubs Allowed." That's what we should call it. Oh shit! Dropping pieces now. Because we don't want any nubs. We're not looking for nubs. We're all stocked up on nubs here. That just got me thinking of the movie As Good as It Gets. I don't know if any of you watched it. It's a classic film. It's a good movie. Jack Nicholson, Helen Hunt, Greg Kinnear. Anyway, yeah, I was just thinking of that moment in the movie when the maid comes to his house, the housekeeper, says, "Go sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here." That wasn't quite me doing a Jack Nicholson voice, but yeah. I don't know if I've ever really tried to do a Jack Nicholson voice. It's not as utilized as, my Morgan Freeman or, something like that. Oh, it's a big, ugly nub right there. Oh, oof. I have to shave that down. Shave them nubs. Shave the nub. Love all the texture on this guy. No idea what I'm going to do with him, though. How I'm going to do him. What I'm going to do him, how I'm going to do him. I have no ideas. So if you have an idea on what you'd like to see as far as how this guy gets painted, feel free to comment, because I have not really given it too much thought. I'm in that phase right now of just trying to get the damn thing assembled and ready to paint. Again, which is why I make the comment that I need an apprentice. Some people have suggested getting my kids involved, and yeah, that's a herding cats kind of situation, I think. Mainly because they're adults doing their own thing, so it's not like I'm gonna bark orders at them. Clean my models. I could. I'm not. But I could. But I'm not. But I could. Oh, man. Alright. How's this piece fit in? Fits in like that. So we definitely need to score these parts. Yeah, we definitely need to score these parts to make sure they all sit and rest up good. And then, of course, once we use the glue, it melts a little bit. So, yeah, we need to score these up a bit. Score, score, score. Score, score, score. And this is the process that I usually take. And I highly, 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 highly recommend all of you modelers out there to score your parts when you're at this phase, especially with styrene plastic. This just helps the glue to get into the plastic, to melt it. It provides more surface to the parts being bonded. And of course, when styrene plastic on styrene plastic, using styrene cement melts the plastic, and because you've scored the surface, it creates more surface So the glue penetrates further, melts more of the glue, and so when you apply a bit of pressure, the parts bond a bit better, and gives you a really solid bond. Yeah, I've talked about it many times. Just recommending that people score their parts, just because it gives you a much stronger bond. I've dropped my Wraith Knight, which is an entirely styrene plastic kit. I've dropped that kit and had like no damage to it because all the parts were just bonded so well. And I've dropped it from a fairly decent height where I was like, oh my god, I completely ruined this model. And the only thing that broke was the little sculpted green stuff bit that I had made for it. Who dat? Oh, hi, boy. Oh, mic is muted. Hold on.
Chris is apparently muted.
There. Now I'm not. I had it muted so that just in case I needed to mute you guys.
Good evening, Chris. How is everything today?
Not bad. I'm just assembling stuff.
How's the wife? How's the kids? How's the house? How's the country?
Everything seems to be okay, despite all the silliness going on.
Good. I am currently en route to Origins Game Fair in Columbus, Ohio.
Cool. Are you just spectating, or are you helping out with a crew?
I am helping out. I am helping run a booth.
Run a booth.
So if any of like this 8 people currently watching this stream are at Origins, come see me at Sea Dog Game Studios booth. I don't know the booth number because I'm a bad employee, but come see me.
What, you gonna hook them up with a deal or what?
Maybe I just want to see the monkeys. I want to meet them.
Oh.
But I could also hook them up with a deal. But just come over, say hi. Call me you can call me a racist asshole. You can call me a loser. You can just stop by and say hello. Anything is okay.
Stopping by and calling you a racist loser. That's okay? That sounds really weird, dude.
You know what? I'll just grit my teeth and take it and move on because I'm an adult.
You'll just take it, eh?
Listen, if I can get fucked over by the federal government, I can get fucked over by you too.
Me too.
Yep. It's just not with your hands, though. I've seen your hands. They're the size of coal shovels, and your knuckles are like walnuts. No.
It's quite a picture you paint.
All I'm saying is, if I ever saw you as like a TSA agent in the back room, I would be afraid.
You should. Be very afraid. Because things are about to get gross.
I'm also excited because we're supposed to be doing Epic and War Master this weekend.
Oh, that sounds
which
fun.
Which will be cool.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I have never actually played War Master, and I'm looking forward to it.
Neither have I. Just the idea, back in the day, when I was really heavy into 40K, I was really biased against fantasy stuff. You know, I was one of those people that was on the sideline shouting square bases and round bases.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so, you know, I never played War Master. It looked interesting, though. It always felt a bit like it was, the fantasy epic, right? And so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever play BFG?
Yes. I still have my Eldar fleet. I've got a fairly decent Eldar fleet.
Because what I've been doing is there is a company that is 3D printing some things that look very similar to epic ships. And I'm not going to say the company's name over the air, but I purchased some of their products.
Over the air?
Oh. Yeah, we're live. For all I know, GW could have like a spy watching your show.
I
And
doubt
then
it.
just all of a sudden, like,
After Monday? I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah, anybody from GW watches my stream? Yeah, I seriously doubt that. After the crazy crap that happened last episode, I'm pretty sure what happened last episode put me on a watch list.
Watch this guy. We might not want to send him.
Yeah, exactly. What would be truly disturbing though is if they wanted to send me more. So we like this guy. That would be the
plus
yeah.
after dark.
Yeah.
It's all horrible all the way down.
Darok. Isn't that what Offspring is for? Spare organs and menial tasks? Yeah, usually that's what they're for. What tier of patronship is needed to join in on the Discord? Any. It's open to any and all patrons. So if you're a patron, you can join in on the Discord.
You just gotta link it to your Discord.
Yeah, you just have to link your patron to the Discord. It's a little process. I'm sure there's a guide.
There's tons of them.
Yeah, but yeah, it's any patronage. It's open for any level. It just basically. What's that?
I was just gonna say, because you don't even need a tutorial, I can tell you what to do right now. You go into user settings, and then there's a tab called connections.
There we go.
And then Patreon has a little button up at the top of the connections.
Yeah.
Or you just bug the admin known as Grim, and Grim will take care of it for you. That's what I did.
Well, what do you need? Somebody to hold your hand through the whole process, or what?
I'm not very good at this technology stuff.
Obviously.
Remember what my old job was? I used to fix carburetors. Computers are much more complicated than carburetors. So...
A little bit.
Just a wee bit.
Not that much, though, but a little bit.
There's all these, like, weird colored wires and circuit boards, and... It's bad.
Were you guys
Also,
just hanging out, or were you guys working on stuff?
I was just hanging out because this is like my 7th hour in the car and I'm bored.
Gotcha.
I was working on stuff.
Oh, you're still on the road, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I had to drive from Chicago to Detroit to drop some stuff off. And then I had to drive from Detroit to Columbus, but now I have to go to the Ohio Renaissance Fair to help some people with some stuff there, and then we're going back to Columbus for the Games Fair. And the Games Fair starts tomorrow. Gaming begins, but the vendors hall doesn't open till Friday.
Gotcha.
And then after I finish up with all of that on Monday, I have to drive back up to Detroit.
Damn. So it sounds like you're a mule. Are you a mule?
I wish I was a mule. I'd get paid better. And now I'm on a watch list.
Yep.
I'm just on a different watch list than before. By the way, did you ever get the chance to check out Man of War?
Man of War? Yeah, I used to play Man of War. I used to play Chaos.
Again, I've never played Man of War, but I've always liked the look of Man of War because it's boats. The only thing I was told is if I show up at a tournament with a flying disc of Zinch, I'll get punched in the throat. And if I show up with more than two or more, I'm going to be beaten by everyone in the tournament and then thrown out of the building.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
Because I was told those are the literal worst.
Yeah, they're broke. And the thing is that G-dubs, way back in the day, like, new releases, way back in the day, they were, like, a year apart. and facts were like the FAQs. It was speedy if it was within 6 months of the release of whatever. So,
Well, I mean,
like the Q&As, yeah, like, and it took a long time for anybody to address that shit.
when did Man of War come out?
That was early 90s.
Well, I mean, this is when still, like, the majority of Games Workshop was still, like, mail order catalog sales, correct?
They had physical stores and everything like that. It's just, yeah, like, there was a big mail order thing. But, yeah. It was still the early days. They still had tons of brick and mortars. Like, but I think only, at the time, Canada probably only had 2. The Toronto and Vancouver one. What was that?
It's also kind of interesting because going back and looking through some of the old Epic stuff, you truly realize how much of the story of 40K was flushed out in like Epic and BFG and all of the specialist games.
Yeah, there's tons of tidbits of history there, and all that. Yeah.
Also, the amount of money people will pay for some of those old models is ludicrous.
Yes. 100%.
See, that's why you have Offspring, so you can sell their organs to purchase old out of print GW stuff.
Maybe.
I thought it was so you could lock them in the basement and force them to paint your backlog.
That is another possibility.
See, that doesn't work though, because eventually they get smart enough and like gnaw through their leg to escape.
Yeah. It puts the paint on the mini, or it gets the hose again.
Actually, I thought it'd be more of like a car battery. And like jumper cables, but
No,
whatever works.
The silence of the lambs too.
I've always meant to watch that, but never have.
You've never
Instead,
watched Silence of the Lambs? Really?
No. What I did do though was yesterday, at the Dollar Tree, they had all these different horror movies for $1. I had never heard of any of them.
Yeah, there's lots
And
I've
they
never
all
heard
look,
of.
and they all look pretty terrible. But it's fun to drink and watch bad horror movies.
Yeah, if you're sitting around with some friends and stuff like that, and you're shitting on the movie kind of thing, yeah, that's a good time, because you're sitting around having some laughs. If it's just you by yourself, then it's a little bit different. I mean, it's okay to giggle to yourself and everything like that. It doesn't mean you're a crazy person. Although,
in the words of one of our great players of 40K in my area, Ron, it may be fun to play with yourself, but it's never fun to play against yourself.
I'm not sure I've ever had that happen.
I imagine watching a bad movie by yourself is a similar experience to playing against yourself. You think it's fun, but it's not really.
Yeah. Barfing sheep, what's happening? Awesome, good talk. Disco, sup Chris? Thought you'd have to put that thing together by now. Yeah, I was gonna work on it past Monday. I did a little bit more, but then I finished off. Basically, I was working on my Space Marine. I was finishing off that because I was getting all the little details done, getting the gun ready,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes.
Excellent.
What's happening? Hello. Welcome. I don't know if we've ever spoke before on Discord.
We tried once, but many years ago.
Oh, okay. Well,
Years and years, I don't know.
well, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, get out. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was talking to Matt.
Hey, I will have you know
Hey.
I am a shareholder. I support you on Patreon.
Hey, shareholder, keep your eyes on the road.
Actually, knock on wood, going through Columbus.
Hey, shareholder, you can stuff it.
Yeah.
Actually, knock on wood, going through Ohio hasn't been that bad.
Are you driving right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I got one of the fancy cars where I can do the Bluetooth bullshit with your phone, so I can keep both hands on the wheels, or I can smoke a cigar and drive at the same time.
Matt, do you smoke cigars?
I do.
Do you?
I smoke a pipe.
Oh, you smoke a pipe too? Okay, cool. Wait.
Smoke the expensive one.
Oh, it's somebody
See,
on YouTube.
Let me put it this way.
No, don't put it anyway.
I would smoke a pipe, but I can't find like a good source of pipe tobacco by me.
They're like dime a dozen, no? Like.
You can literally get it online.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a lot of effort. I can't just like walk to the humidor and get it.
We'll just buy it freaking off Amazon or something. I don't know. Can you buy tobacco off Amazon?
Off Amazon, no, but there are licensed dealers that background check you over the internet.
Yeah, I buy mine online, but I live in Norway.
Oh, okay.
In the U.S., you can buy non-cigarettes off the internet, so you can get cigars, pipe tobacco, chewing tobacco.
Oh, really?
Off the internet.
See, usually for me, like when I go buy cigars, I usually wait till like I'm going to like Florida or up north, and then I go to the reservation, and then I buy all my tobacco products.
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't like paying taxes, so.
No, who does? Who out there goes, I love paying taxes. It's fantastic.
I love paying taxes so much.
Hey,
yeah. Like, who says that?
There's a lot of people in the world. I'm sure it's someone's fetish.
Well, it's not my fetish, but I like paying taxes.
I just love taxes and bureaucracy.
It helps you, man.
I love my taxes.
You get literally free healthcare.
I'm being
Yeah, you can't talk about free healthcare around Americans too much because they fly off the handle about communism and socialism.
Yeah.
Those are bad words.
Dealing with one communist, now there's two communists. This is getting out of hand. There are two of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Disco, it's all good, Chris. Unless you have a deadline, no rush, no fuss. Yeah, there's no deadline. Now we gotta listen to Boop's frickin' bird.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She sees something again. She was quiet all day. Did she see something?
Or she hears you talking, and so she wants to chime in.
What is the name of the bird?
Charlie.
I was hoping for something like Windjammer.
She responds to the name Charlie.
Yeah, that actually would been really kind of cool. Give her some kind of like Age of Sigmar 40k type of name, right?
That's the bird.
Blade Wing.
Oh, yes.
How's my little bird today? Blade Wing. It's a little parakeet.
Well, that's like I had Goldfish, and my Goldfish's names were Killer, Terror, Bruiser, and Spike.
Those are intimidating names.
Until you see what has the name.
Yeah.
Hey, they're crazy, man. They eat their babies. They're out of control.
They're not crazy. Just goldfish have a natural impulse to try and eat anything that can fit in their mouth.
There's a joke there somewhere.
Yeah, I avoided that.
I mean, You can sit there and say it's a joke, but I'm being 100% serious. As somebody who is studying marine biology, goldfish will attempt to eat anything that could fit in their mouth. And I'll get like a small child, except the fish.
Goldfish will eat a small child.
So what you're saying is, instead of a shark for your next horror movie, it should just be like a giant goldfish.
I mean, it would work. I mean, if a goldfish was big enough, it'd try to eat a person.
Damn, that's
It's gonna be called lips.
Lips. I don't know if I'd watch that movie. I don't know if I could
If you're alone.
unless I was alone. Yeah, giggling to myself. If I was driving in a truck to Ohio by myself, watching the movie, maybe.
You might not make it to Ohio.
Yeah.
You only do that stuff in Florida.
All right.
You might look down and go, "Oh, this is a funny scene," and bam.
Yeah. Good God, Matt, you don't watch movies while you drive, do you?
No, how the hell could I watch movies while I drive?
That's what I was wondering.
You just haven't tried hard enough.
I'll listen to like an audiobook or the radio, but I don't watch a movie.
That's good.
I mean, I've seen people drive with their feet out the window before, which I always go, what the fuck?
Is it watching or listening with your eyes?
Whoa. That's deep. That's some profound shit there.
Only the deepest.
Yeah.
I almost went
The
over my head.
deepest discussions in this stream.
Well, we do like to get down to the nitty gritty around here. Get to the truth.
Such as whose childhood was better than whose.
That's right.
I'm gonna go with Chris. He had all the cool movies.
Yeah, they were cool right when I saw them the first time.
Then never again.
And then never again. Yeah, they weren't cool after that though.
Gotta know when you're born, even.
Oh, you're that young. Oof.
No. I'm turning 30 in some days.
Well, happy
Next
birthday.
month.
Happy birthday then.
Thank you.
Let me put it this way. I think Chris is old enough to be my father.
I could be your
He
dad.
doesn't want to be your father.
That's mean. Jeez, I wasn't even gonna go there. That's just kicking a man. Holy Christ. He could be your father. He's not, because he wouldn't want to be your father. Fucking loser.
Father, teach me about my fist in red.
See, I was gonna say, there are multiple layers of that joke that work specifically against me. So it's just like kicking a puppy at this
Or, I
point.
mean, he could be your hobby father because he yells at you every stream.
I only yell at him when he opens his fucking racist mouth.
Which is every stream.
Which is every stream.
Well, let me rephrase that with an asterisk. Every stream in which he is present.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the
Still
monkey
waiting.
herder.
I'm still waiting for that fucking Swedish chef painting tutorial. We still haven't gotten it. How long has it been? Like 4 fucking years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm also still waiting for my monkey Hawaiian shirt that was never made.
Yeah, I wish in one hand, shit in the other.
You see, that can also be a monkey joke because monkey's cool.
That's true. All the damn monkey puns around here.
Yeah, well, we fling it at each other and get nothing done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, there's a lot of incoherent yelling, so yeah, it really does make sense.
Okay. Let that settle. What is that? 45, 46. Let's clear up some of these nubs.
I think I was there when the whole monkey thing started.
What's that?
I think I was present for when the whole monkey thing started.
Oh, so you've been
If I
following
remember
that long?
correctly.
Jeez.
Oh yes, ever since the mini wargaming days.
Jeez.
In the start.
Good God, man. That's a long time to be stalking.
Is
I'm
it
just
stopping if
surprised-
I'm interacting?
I'm just surprised he hasn't found anything better to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Good God, man.
Oh, the
Your
monkey
life
had a
is-
baby the paint I am today.
Your
Oh.
life is that devoid of meaning that you have to watch this shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm stuck
No,
in the car. I have nothing else to do, but you can get up and leave.
Is there a helium leak in your car?
Give your fucking balls a tug.
Why would I leave when I have so much to paint?
True.
Because, as we all know, you can't die if you have unpainted models.
Oh, funny thing, I actually almost died a month ago.
Jeez.
Yeah, I
Well,
had a
that's
blood clot in my
unfortunate.
brain.
A what? Sorry?
A blood clot.
Oh, really?
Thrombosis. At the age of 30.
Damn.
Does anybody else? I'll let you finish.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, stupid
Oh no, it's
question time.
unrelated to what you're talking about. So you can keep going.
Is that better or worse than having a stroke? Or is it just the same?
I would say it's worse because the mortality rate is extremely high. I was very lucky.
Because we could say a stroke is just a blood clot in the brain too.
Yeah,
Just.
that's what it turns into when the vessel bursts.
Now, was that related to something you were doing, or is that like something that happens like heredity, or?
It was a freak accident. That's what it was.
Oh wow. Because if it was something that happened from like a situation or circumstance, it's something you could have avoided, right? Whereas if it was something unavoidable, I suppose, I don't know.
This was just dead of night. Super migraine, went to the hospital a couple of times, and then they were like, okay, we're putting you in. Have some
Wow.
morphine.
Wow.
So I did an MRI, and they found a bulge in my brain. And then there were some nurses, and the bulge moved.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'd have made the same dumb joke too.
I was trying to be respectful to the nurses, even though they can't hear me.
Well, and so you've made a full recovery now?
I'm back doing things in life.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll still get funky pressures in my brain if I look up too long, but it's only been a month.
Jeez.
Sorry.
No, it was the tension break that I needed.
I've been in the car since like 5:45 this morning.
Jeez.
So we've just been occasionally just pounding an energy drink, like a NOS, just to keep us alert, functional.
Are you making stops, or are you just going in pea jars?
We like to call them trucker bombs here in the state.
Hyper cocktails.
Well, I did stop in Detroit to drop some stuff off, so yes, we did get a pee break. And then we also had a break because we had to like get up and stretch our legs. So we've had like 2 stops.
Because the rules of the road is that the person who determines the stops is the one with the strongest bladder.
Well, I'm the only one in the car, so I guess I have both the strongest and the weakest bladder in the car.
You said we.
Yeah, no, Chris, I don't think you understand that it's Matt's schizophrenic.
Oh.
Royal we.
I'm kidding.
Well, I was gonna say, to be fair, there was.
Help somebody else in the car.
It's him, himself, and the precious.
Me, myself,
I was
and
gonna I did have other people in the car with me up to Detroit. I just dropped them off in Detroit.
So you're a mule.
We prefer the term coyote.
Oh. How can we say it like that?
Because I'm a racist.
Your fucking racism is showing again.
I'm so ashamed they're blushing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Ugh. The good news is about going into Ohio. Gas is now only $2.75 a gallon as opposed to like $3.40.
And how many rods to the hogshead is that?
I'm gonna have to do some currency converting to be shocked by that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just thinking. Like, and how?
Well, let me put it this way, because in Norway you purchase gasoline by the liter, correct?
Yes.
In Canada too.
At extreme prices.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be worse for you no matter what, because here we purchase it by the gallon, which my metric is failing me. But how many liters is it to the gallon?
Like
About
3
4.
or 4, yeah.
4-ish.
I was close. I just got self on my head. It was like 3. I don't know.
Yeah, because whenever the cousins from Italy come over, they're always excited because they can purchase gas by the gallon instead of the liter, so they're immediately saving money.
You know what? It's not too far off from our prices. No, wait, hang on. Divide by 4, not by 2. Okay, then it's insane. Never mind, I said nothing. That is
Well,
cheap.
let me put it this way. I live in the state of Illinois, and the state of Illinois has an insane amount of taxes on gas. So you're paying like 40 cents of just pure taxes. Where in Ohio you pay like 5 cents of taxes per gallon. We also have the weird thing of where your gas price is, it's like, it would be like $1.59 and then 9/10 of a cent because it's 9/10 of a cent in taxes. Because reasons that I don't fully understand why it has to be 9/10, but it's 9/10.
I have no idea how much a cent is. I mean,
cent
according
is-
to law. Yeah, I know how much of a dollar, but I don't know how much of my currency, which I'm gonna check.
10 cents is you said Norway, right?
Yeah.
10 to 12 cents is a single krone.
I thought Norway was on
So
the
it's
euro.
like a tenth of a krone.
No, we
No.
said F you to that bullshit.
And we went over this
Yeah,
last time
I'm-
with Kim.
Yeah, and then that's how we got to Matt and racism. Was that go down this road? Yeah, no, but a penny is like a tenth of a krone. I don't know if you go smaller than a krone.
We used to have half,
Live like a fucking quarry. This
but
is
not
weird.
anymore. Oh yeah, it is 11 cents is 1 krone.
The only good thing is, I have the newer car with me this time, which on the expressway can get somewhere between like 20 to 25 miles per gallon,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to my truck, which gets 18. So, thing only has a 16-gallon tank as opposed to mine, which has 44.
A big boy.
If you think of like a stereotypical American car, yeah, you got it.
What's a
Or
stereotypical?
Ranger.
What's a stereotypical American car?
Something large, some kind of SUV that just guzzles gas and kills the planet and the ozone at the same time.
Oh, an
I
American
reckon
car.
that's a Ford Ranger.
Look, I don't know about you guys, but if you're driving and like the plants on the side of the road aren't immediately dying from your exhaust.
It's not a very good vehicle.
That's like something from like what is that, Wacky Racers or whatever. That's something,
no,
what's his name with the big hat and the evil dog and Wacky Racing would do.
Yeah, I just remember his dog. His dog's name is Muttley.
Yeah. His dog has like the smoker's cough.
Yep.
Or the smoker's laugh.
Yeah, that's the kind of life I have.
Yeah, but it makes sense for you.
Didn't you quit smoking at some point, Chris?
At some point, I did. Yes, you're absolutely correct. At some
Has
point,
to
I
have
did.
returned.
Yeah, I've quit smoking 3 times. That mostly took. The last time I quit smoking was before I started working for Mini Wargaming, and then I started working for Mini Wargaming, and I started smoking again, and my alcohol consumption went up as well. So, yeah.
Are you trying to tell us something, Chris?
Trying? No.
I think it's a cry for help.
No. I don't cry.
It's fueled by booze.
But yeah, I've been smoking since, and I worked for Mini Wargaming for 8 years, 9 years, something like that.
Oh, I have been stalking you for a really long time, man.
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
yeah. That's a long time to be tuning into my bullshit.
Well, that's good bullshit then.
You couldn't find someone like more talented or better looking to stalk in like those 9 years.
Well, that's like a Venn diagram,
I've
right?
got girlfriends.
I mean, better looking and talented. I mean, you know, those, you know, it's the Venn diagram, right, with the little circles overlaying. You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna find a more talented but better looking? That's kind of a tough call. I'm not saying it can't happen, but
We can say no to that moustache.
exactly, right? And I was almost ready to cut it off a couple weeks ago. Oof. It was just really, really hot, and I usually don't like you know, put wax in it or anything all the time. I usually only do it whenever I'm going to be on camera, and then I'll wax it up. So at the end of a week, usually my mustache is just a bunch of hairs, just like it looks like whiskers, like a cat whisker, but like a cat that was electrocuted. So the whiskers go everywhere,
So
kind of
you
thing.
look like Dr. Robotnik from Sonic.
Not even that, because that looks like some sort of semblance of order. Mine doesn't even look like that. It's like, you know, like when you see in disaster movies or like in sci-fi shows where like,
zap.
yeah, where like the console was exploded and there's a bunch of wires all splayed out from like, you know, where the explosion happened. That's what my face looks like when I don't do anything with my mustache. Oh yeah, just the hairs go everywhere. It's awful. It's awful.
Mine grows inward in my mouth.
Oh yeah, I've currently got that going on because I've been letting these hairs closer to the center of my mustache, because like I don't get any hair. I don't know if you're watching the stream, but anyway, I don't get any hair like in that little divot above your lip, right? I don't get like I get 1 or 2 hairs. And it's annoying, but I've been letting the hairs everywhere else grow out further. Usually I trim them up, but I've been letting them grow just so that they can all kind of just get folded in to the mustache. Yeah, that's a fucking mistake because whenever I eat a sandwich or like a burger, hot dog, whatever, yeah, I get like a bunch of hairs and I'm biting on my own hairs and I can feel my own upper lip pulling into my mouth.
See, for me, the worst feeling is because as I let the beard grow out, just occasionally waking up in the morning and having your beard just like flipped up, so it, like you breathe in and you just suck your own beard in, and it sucks.
Oh yeah, yeah, I do that too. I got full on Viking. It just goes straight into my face. It wants to be eaten.
See, I also have the weird thing of where my hair is two-tone. Like, the hair on my head is more brown, but then the hair on my face is, like, super red.
Oh, yeah. What's the name for that? Where you, like, if you have dark hair, but your beard, your facial hair is, like a different color, like red, blonde, whatever, right? There's a word for that. Or, not a word, but, like, a term for it.
Freak of nature?
No. It's something like it's kind of a manly thing. It's like it's your adult hairs kind of thing. It's because typically like people who are of a mixture, if their hair is, say for example, blonde, but their facial hair is brown, right? Somewhere in the family line, somebody had brown hair, and that usually shows up in your DNA kind of thing.
I know.
But I'm pretty sure there's a term for that.
I know my last girlfriend got mad at me because if I was out in the sun for long enough, my hair naturally highlights. And she used to get pissed off at me for that.
Why would she get pissed off?
Well, because she would have to, like, go to, like, the beauty salon and pay to have them put highlights in her hair, and my hair just did it.
Oh, so you're basically bragging then.
Oh, I hate my hair. I am highly debating shaving it off.
Are you going bald?
I began losing my hair at 16.
So yes?
I'm not balding, but my hairline is receding and it's getting annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, typically folks in that spot usually end up just, shaving it all off, right? Rather than dealing with the fucking loss. I'm not saying it like a bad thing or anything. I'm just saying that that's a common thing. You're not the only guy to be facing that problem.
I refuse to be like my theater director in high school who got hair plugs. Because then he just looked like a chia pet.
Whoa.
He had like that ultra like straight plush doll-esque hair. And you could see where he got the hair plugs because it looked like they drew his hairline in with a Sharpie because they did. And then the hair plugs wouldn't grow at the same rate as his other hair. So if he didn't get like a haircut every 2 weeks, he would actually, you could tell where the hair plugs ended as real hair began. And I'm like, you paid how much for your hair plugs?
So you're shitting on the guy for trying to get a deal. That's kind of mean.
He has a brother who looks really similar to him who just shaved his head, and I'm like, you should have just been like your brother and shave your head.
He's heard that from his mum a couple of times. Why aren't you more like your brother?
See, my mother can never yell at me because I'm the only kid, so...
Let's see,
I can just get yelled at that, why aren't you more like your friends? And I'm like... I don't know.
So basically you're telling us that your mom likes your friends more than you?
Some of them, yes. Yes, she does.
That's crap.
The funny part, Chris, you have met my mother.
Yeah, I have. Well, I met two women that time. One was your mom, one was your aunt.
Yes.
And
The person I had to drop off in Detroit was my mother to go visit the aunt that you saw, that you met the one time. because my mother's younger sister passed away 3 years ago, and they're finally finishing up the estate.
Jeez.
Yeah, and
That's
then
a long
today, well, in the state of Michigan, because you get certain tax exemptions for certain things. Well, the state of Michigan says it's not the government's place to determine how long it takes for you to grieve, so you get those tax exemptions on the estate up until 4 years after their death. So you have up to 4 years to get everything finished up.
So there is a time limit on grief.
Yes.
They will just get it done, mate.
Yeah. The bureaucracy always wins.
Oh, and then today, as I was driving in, we also learned that one of our family friends died last night too. So it's been a great day so far.
Yeah. Jeez.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But
You're kind of bumming me out, Matt.
well, I'm sorry. My life has just been one tragedy after the next.
No fucking shit.
You heard the stories, and you're just like, that explains why he is the way he is.
Racist? No. That doesn't fucking. Yeah, that doesn't fucking justify racism. I was hurt as a child. I'm going to be racist to everybody.
At Adepticon, if you show up, I'll just get a hat that says racist, and I'll just wear it so everyone knows.
You will know me by my hat.
Yeah.
Actually, usually people know me by my like fluorescent pink clothing.
Respect that.
Well,
It's
the
guy who
reason
goes,
is,
"Press back."
well,
done.
the reason why I have fluorescent pink clothing is I used to do a lot of boating, and the concept was if you fell in the water, they would be able to see you in the water because you're essentially a giant highlighter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now,
And
were you acting as a mule when you were doing lots of boating?
yes, I was smuggling large amounts of Canadian whiskey over the border.
There we go.
The sea, and I thought something else.
Uh,
At least
There's
it's
a-
a grouper.
Hey, Grim.
Hello there.
did your buddy look at the car, Rob?
Great, he will tonight.
Good.
If he doesn't tonight, I'm just gonna take it into the body shop either way. Because I'd rather not have the bottom fall out of it, at least the front part.
Oh, okay. I will cut you a check.
I'm just trying to make it, you don't have to pay as much, but my buddy's been busy, which is fine.
If I was down there, I could do it for you. Unfortunately, I can't be down there. So, it'll
No
be what it'll be.
Indeed.
A man just had his dog run out in the street in front of me. Thankfully, I was able to dodge to the small animal.
Are you currently driving or something?
I'm still trying to get the fucking origins.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, that's a fucking thing.
I don't
We're
pay
now-
attention to conventions a whole lot, honestly.
Well, I would say you should, but
Now, Origins
you really don't have to.
isn't Origins like a more of a company kind of convention rather than like a
So-
public?
Well, let me explain it. So, Origins is
No,
run by
no,
Gamma.
please.
Gamma is a trade organization, so it's supposed to be a games fair. So they do have a lot of like gaming and group gaming and all that stuff. But yes, there is a trade show aspect to it.
Yeah, trade
It
show.
started off as a trade show.
Gotcha.
So you come in, you see like the new products that people are launching, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like a trade show.
Mhm. There's a lot of role-playing stuff. There's a lot of board games, card games.
What kind of role
Not
playing?
as much. Not the kind that you're into.
Oh.
I'm sorry you can't buy your leather and your crops there.
Oh, this sounds like fucking crap now. I don't want to go.
You may be able to get
No
some
deal.
gags though.
Like a D20 shaped one.
Oh no.
Those exist.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they do.
Put a link in the monkey playground. I want to see.
You watch the order one.
Yeah, I'll order. Well, because somebody posted the big vat of lube. I've still got that saved. It's in my Amazon list, my wish list.
Is that you, Matt? It feels like a Matt type of thing.
No, this was not me.
I don't
I will
believe
admit, I once signed Chris up for BlackPeopleMeet.com, but the lube was not me.
you. I don't believe you.
That was Dr. Xanatos. That was not me.
Oh, it was Dr. Santos? Yeah, somebody posted about the big vat of lube, and I was like, oh, yeah, shit, give me the link.
I have a question. What flavor
I
would you like?
remember this. I was there for
Strawberry,
that.
mint, or original?
I'm okay with a minty flavor. You know, better than just regular, straight up, chemical taste. I mean, I don't know.
It's nice. It's crisp, refreshing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, like you don't have to use a mint afterwards, right? Because sometimes, like, when you're in a situation and you're chowing down on no parts, the odor starts to build a little bit, and if you have a nice minty flavor, it kind of masks that up, and keeps things kind of fresh and kind of nice.
It makes you feel like you're sipping on a nice mojito.
Yeah, it's just it's
I don't
pleasant.
think you've ever had a mojito.
I like mojitos.
Yes. I like mojitos. Like, I usually drink mojitos, Navy Grogs, brandy old fashions, brandy Manhattans. Those are like the 4 drinks I drink.
At once?
Are we talking
Well, it
mixed
depends
drinks or drinks in general is your preference?
It depends on how fucked up I want to get.
How fucked up do you want to get?
Let's see.
Well, he is driving.
One year at it. The last time we were together at Adepticon, I did 16 shots, which was a mistake. But I digress.
Find the bloody D20 ball gag. Fucking hell. I was gonna post it as well. It's on Etsy, but it's gone.
Oh, really? Aw.
Oh wait, no, it just says sold. That's it. This item is sold out.
Oh, it's not like they're making a whole bunch. They just did like a one-off. Aw. Post the link anyway. I want to see it.
Okay. Where do I post it?
Put it in the playground or the not for a week. Not for a week is usually
that's
anywhere where we put anything spicy.
Or just
probably the best.
it's like anything spicy. It's like that's 2 things I posted: Muppets Meet Alien and dog.
Yeah, it gets kind of weird in there. Let's see.
This entire server gets fucking weird.
Whoa!
That's any server, man.
Yeah, that's D20s. Oh, look at that. There's a whole bunch of like, what is that thing in the middle of the picture? It looks like a bunch of like straps and a bunch of D20s all like, but it looks like one thing. What is that?
Yeah, Vantage. I don't know.
Well, come on, man. You trying to sell me on this shit?
Come on, you've now become our resident bondage expert. You
Oh,
need to
God,
tell us
no, I'm
about
not.
these things.
You have one freaky girlfriend once, and here we are. Linking. I don't know, what is that thing? I'm looking at it now. I don't want to know where that goes, really.
All I can think of
It's like a harness or something.
Yeah.
is years ago my had a team does and that stuff. So before work at like 4 o'clock in the morning, it's mostly her talking. I'm just like, okay, I honestly don't. I'm learning so much just because I didn't really give it to him before. I'll never remember this, and I don't mind.
Well, it's good to know though. I mean, because like you might encounter somebody, and you build a relationship, and you don't want to be caught off guard when they whip this stuff out, and you're like, what? So.
I work for this.
Is that a Penetrator Max 4000 XD?
It's the
I
worst.
am. Yes, it is.
Let's just say this: the weirdest story by far is a friend of my brother's. Apparently, when she left her house, she left her toys there. Her mother found them, said, "Hey, can I have them?" She said, "Fine," just cleaned them. And that is by far the weirdest story I've ever heard in that regard. I'm just like,
No,
that's certainly something.
I like when they say dishwasher safe on them.
Wait,
Actually, from what I've heard, that's how a lot of people clean their silicone accessories.
Yeah, dishwasher. Yeah. What's
That's how they clean their GW paint handles.
I mean, if it's
When
clean,
are we gonna get back to steady hand grips?
As soon as I get back to making more, I just haven't gotten around to making any. But yes, it's on my list of things.
Yeah, there's like a list of like 30 things that just haven't gotten there yet.
I know. Again, I need minions.
You have Grim.
are you turning into supervillain?
Yeah, the shittiest supervillain.
and the
I
Canadian
believe
man
that fall
can't
that
sword
honor
me.
falls to Monarch.
Monarch?
Monarch.
Oh,
Well-
Monarch, yeah.
To be fair,
To be fair,
at one point, when Chris left on vacation for like a week and a half and gave the keys to Grim to lock up the server, we began trying to create a religion around Way of the Brush and become incorporated with the Canadian government.
Jesus.
I don't remember that at all.
You don't? It's probably a good thing you don't remember.
I don't think I had any part of that. Besides saying, please don't.
Yeah, please don't.
We found out it's actually not that hard to become a religion in Canada.
Oh, okay, I remember that part. That's the only part I remember. Okay, yeah.
I mean, it'd be great. Then Chris could get tax exempt status.
I already have that.
You could have double secret tax exempt status.
Oh. No,
I
then
think
you.
that's how that works.
The government pays you.
We can make our own holidays.
You know what though? We're joking, but it's not a terrible idea.
I mean, what we did determine was, because then I could have an official title of Monsignor, and whenever anyone addressed me at the conventions, they would have to come up and address me as Their Eminence.
I'll decline. And take away your rum.
We would need to get copies of like Chris's skull ring, so you could have the kiss of peace on the ring. It'd be great.
Kiss of peace.
Yeah.
Is that a Pope thing?
So when you meet the Pope, you do a thing called the kiss of peace, where you kiss his ring or his symbol of authority, which is the ring.
The
It
one
is
ring?
referred to as the kiss of peace.
Is it the one ring?
Who had it
What?
Is it the one ring
to rule them all?
to rule them all?
I guess like the Catholics.
Technically, yes, because it is. And then it's like the Pope's symbol of office. It's
I want one.
Beat up the Pope and become the Pope.
Yeah. Just go in, challenge him. There can be only one, and then go in there.
just watch him as the Swiss guard just beat his ass.
My sword.
I'm just imagining some like random tourist somehow like
Dueling
getting by
with
the Swiss.
dueling
I
with
was
the
thinking-
fucking Pope.
Go ahead. I
Which
was
is
mostly
one
thinking-
here in Norwegian with an axe. Go at me, Pope.
I was just thinking some dude like running as fast as he can, somehow running to the football tackle the Pope before getting arrested.
My favorite one was I had to explain to someone. I'm like, the Swiss guard don't just have swords and halberds, and they're like, really? I'm like,
They
yeah.
have guns.
I'm like, yeah, they have machine guns. They bought an armored car, and they're like, why would they buy an armored car? And I'm like, because why wouldn't you buy an armored car? What if you
Too
have to
many
like
people.
defend the boat?
I mean, too many people have played Assassin's Creed, and there you go.
Yeah.
I think everyone should have like a 105mm high velocity cannon on an armored vehicle.
Wait, they
Or
don't?
Fiat 500.
Not sure the law around that, but for least that be illegal in the state of Florida.
Technically, no. You would just have to register it with the federal government as a destructive device and then pay $200 after getting it approved by the ATF.
That's like a whole lot of effort.
I have looked into purchasing a Civil War cannon before. I don't know what I
Did you
do
get
with
one?
it yet. What?
Did you get one?
No, because they're like $6 or $7 grand.
Oh.
I don't have that kind of money lying around right now for stupid things like a cannon.
Cannons aren't stupid.
You know what? I think we could write this off as a church expense because anytime we have a formal meeting of the church, we have to fire off the cannon.
Or I thought we can go the route because some of the cans are made from melted down church bells and such.
That is
No,
true.
this religion thing is just sounding better and better by the minute.
We all get matching robes. We all get matching like Nike shoes. Wait, no, that's a bad thing. No, we don't do that.
But where are you going with this?
Yeah, where are you going with this, Matt?
We're all gonna go live on the comet afterwards.
Yeah.
I figured you could always see how long he lasts. He declared a crusade against Scientology.
We'd lose. They got the
I know.
resources.
They have lots of lawyers too.
Yeah.
A whole lot of lawyers.
Yes, but we have a cannon.
Yes.
We have a
Civil
cannon.
War era.
They tried getting a navy. Didn't work out so well for them.
Hey, if Pepsi can be given a navy by the Russians, why can't Scientology?
Because at the time the government said no. I think it was. I don't remember. But there's some reason they couldn't. Don't remember if it was government saying no or funding. Or both.
All I'm saying is, if I had like enough money, I would buy a battleship. I don't know what I'd do with it, but I would buy one.
All I'm saying is, who leaves Matt unsupervised?
For sure.
This is why you can have nice things.
Yeah.
Matt's a hybrid Chicago, Florida man. The craziest of all hybrids.
I think it's because I spent too long in Detroit. And Detroit at this point is kind of just anything goes depending where you are in the city.
Depending how far in the boonies you want to go, I know there could be places like that in Florida. You just have to fight the gators.
See, that's why we need the cannon to fight the gators.
That wouldn't be kind. The gators can't fight back with armaments.
Unless we gave the gators weapons.
I'm just
But then
imagining
again-
Matt. It's like, what's your reason for having a cannon at gator hunting? Just put a cannon on a rowboat.
On one of those swamp buggy thingies with a big fan on the back.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
You're cutting up, Matt.
Matt, you're going under a bridge. Something about gay.
Actually,
Oh,
I'm going up like a mountain.
something gay? Yeah, he's quiet. So
How he killed him.
he's gone gay. Oh, good for you, Matt.
You do you.
Yeah, you do you. No matter what, Matt, I still love you no matter what happens.
You're not my dad.
Even if you're a gay racist.
What?
Even if you're a gay racist.
Yeah, even if you're a gay racist.
I don't think I've ever heard that one before.
Oh, Rob, you missed it. A couple episodes ago, I have now been deemed like the token racist of the group. I don't know how, but
be deemed that title.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was like scrambling to claim that one. So you won it on default, Matt.
it's my favorite kind of winning. Winning by default. I don't have to try.
Yeah, two sweetest words in the English language. Default.
Illicit default alone.
Where the fuck is this like Renaissance fair?
Obviously, it could be a smart ass to say Renaissance.
Well, I'm like driving around like the backwoods of Ohio trying to find this place, and I'm like, where the fuck is it?
Well, obviously, you haven't found it.
Is that
Holy
where you're gonna
shit.
go fight the Pope?
There's some farmer who just has a Mountain Dew truck in his field, and I'm confused why he would have one.
Like a classic mount? Like, wait, are you talking about the soft drink or like?
Like the soft drink where it has like the Mountain Dew wrap on the truck. He has like a Mountain Dew delivery truck in his field, and I'm confused.
Probably the same reason you want a cannon.
Yeah.
The same reason why a dog licks its Twitch-safe euphemism for testicles.
What?
What? I didn't quite catch that
I don't
one.
know what the fuck you just said.
Yeah, we saw on YouTube. Unless it's
So
on you.
I was gonna say, to explain the idiom to the foreigner, why does a dog lick its balls? Because it can.
Oh yeah, now I'm
So-
with you.
So Matt, you want to lick your balls because you can?
Can you? Oh my god.
It's like flexibility.
You're gonna teach me how. Wait, no.
It involves breaking your spine.
I have found the Renaissance fair, and I have to find this fucking booth.
Hey, tell, where do I find the Pope?
I think you find the Pope in Vatican City.
haven't found
It's
the Pope.
funny.
I
I'm
accidentally
just giving
found the
you,
Go ahead.
just giving you something to ask them.
I accidentally
the
found
next-
the Danish prince.
What?
The next guy in line to be Pope is actually a former Ugandan warlord, which I'm like, awesome.
That is sick.
A few years ago, I accidentally found the Danish prince when I was walking around with my brothers. We were backpacking in Denmark. He has adorable puppies. And their royal yachts, man. Free.
I have no idea what to say to that. That is.
Oh, I gotta get this off my screen. I still have that D20 ball gag up on my fucking screen. Every
Way
time.
of the brush. Way of the brush. A family show.
You know what? It's tempting just to pick one up. Just, you know, just for gigs. Gigs.
Will you
Gigs.
bring it to Adepticon?
Guys.
Maybe.
Will that be the prize for the best painted army the next time you're at Adepticon? We have the event.
Yeah, that's for the worst painted army.
You gotta go walk around the rest of the weekend with a ball gag.
Instead of a shame sign or a dunce cap, you get that.
Yeah.
On that note, have a good one, y'all. Good, let me do it.
Later, dude.
How the fuck do I... It's funny, so apparently the Renaissance Fair also has a police station on campus, so if you hear me getting like violently beaten and arrested, you'll know why.
Well, we already know why.
You said something racist.
I mean, if they're true to the times,
I mean, I'm
maybe
like,
you won't be.
you know what? It's like all fucking white guys. I mean, I'm like in rural Ohio. Emergency vehicles. I have no idea. Well, anyway,
would
guys,
frame
I
that.
am going to go and figure out how the fuck I get in here.
Be safe.
See,
If you don't hear from me ever again, you know why.
And
Okay.
I mean,
I-
you won't.
I don't know why would we not like why would we not hear from him?
Yeah, what would you do at the Ren Fair that made you disappear?
Yeah, like some sort of Ren Fair crime syndicates trafficking people. Like what's going on here? What kind of goddamn Ren Fair is this?
We don't have Ren Fairs over here.
No?
We got more like Dark Ages fair with Viking stuff and
Oh yeah,
things like that.
Scandinavians.
That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Well, I've never been to. Oh yeah, I've been to one once. It was actually pretty fun. Everybody was bearded, and I saw my future.
And in the future was beards.
Oh yeah. Beards and bladesmithing.
Now in Norway, is everybody all about the Viking culture?
Lately, yes, very
Li-
much.
Yeah.
But before it was just a boring subject at school. Well, not for me, but for most. But ever since, well, it's had a resurgence, especially after the latest Assassin's Creed game.
Ah, gotcha. So everybody's all about their heritage.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I'm 75% indigenous, like the Sami people, so I'm not really into that. I'm 25% Viking, maybe?
Yeah, I was recently turned on to that concept. I was not aware that that you guys have that distinction there between groups of people.
You get lower taxes. Well, I don't, because I'm one generation off. I think.
Because it almost sounds like the similar kind of situation we have here in Canada, where basically where we refer to ourselves as collectively as First Nations, but we're indigenous to North America, but under treaties we have exemptions to taxes. Typically it's only within our own territories that we pay zero taxes. But but for many of us who live in cities and stuff like that, yeah, we pay taxes like everybody else, income taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have the same.
Gotcha. That's interesting.
I don't live in the territories, and as I said, I'm a generation off. But I am from the north, but I live in south.
Okay.
So that you usually find them north of the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, I wasn't aware that there was that distinction. I just figured it was, Norway and everybody was just Norwegian and that's all, how it is, right? I didn't know that there was a distinction there. Just my lack of knowledge.
It is a weird culture, really.
Well, I mean, I don't know about weird culture. It's different. I mean,
I have.
Well, I'm from here, and I think it's strange.
I have nothing to add to this conversation.
sure you do.
I am not an indigenous person.
Well, you don't have to be indigenous to have thoughts on the subject. Just all depends on how much information you have on the topic to contribute, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I as well have like little to offer as far as
The only thing I know about, I guess, since we were talking like Vikings and stuff, is I guess that it has like two meanings. I guess because I asked some people from Scandinavia, and it's like they refer to it as like the people, but then some say it's a job title.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
I'd say it's both.
It's both a job title and
The people.
what would the job
Well,
title
it's more
side
like
of it?
a culture. If you're a Viking, you go on raids and do very naughty stuff to unsuspecting monks.
Ah, okay.
But there's all sorts of job descriptions, like a trell, that is a slave. And you have a Viking or Vikinger, which is go and get us stuff.
I got you.
Yeah, because I'd imagine, I guess, the guy building the long ships may or may not be a Viking. I don't know if they have a job title for the guy who built ships.
I'd imagine he
Well,
had some sort of title.
I don't really know that much about it to answer that.
Right, but like I would have like from where I'm sitting, and which is completely in the dark on this subject. I would have assumed that Norway was just all people who were descendants of Vikings and everything like that, right? So, well, would it be correct to say descendants of Vikings, or they are Vikings?
Descendants of.
Descendants of, right? So the Viking, I don't want to say the Viking people have gone, but is that what it is? Is that just nobody really identifies as Viking?
No, not anymore. We've had so much unions with Sweden and Denmark up in the years. So it's so washed out. Who knows who's a Viking anymore? And most of them went to England anyway.
Right. Okay. I got you. Yeah, because like I know for like the European side of my lineage, being Bello, of course, right? My last name. They are from the Normans, which was, I believe, Vikings that came into, basically France area and were running amok.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so like that's where Bello comes from. It's a Norman name originally, or something like that.
Which then turned into French.
Yeah, which became French. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the Normans they settled in France. They're like, we're gonna stay. It's nice here.
Yeah, well, I guess it's a. I mean, I'm not really that up on European history, but yeah, there's a certain period where the Normans were hanging out and basically having their way with Europe, kind of thing.
Because I do I find the medieval English in France, or like Dark Age English in France history, I guess more cool. I don't know. Because I do know like the Normans eventually settled, and then they would occasionally cross the channel and fight the English. I feel like that was everybody in France, like all like the different.
Well, I mean, it's Europe, so I mean, like everybody was fighting everybody, right?
French pastime.
Everybody wants the other person's stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome to Europe.
Yeah, it's Europe. I mean, Christ.
European history is just everybody's at their throats.
Yeah, everybody fighting each other, right? Right up until 70, 80 years ago.
Yeah, now we just say mean words.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's just mean to each other. Everybody's being racist to each other.
Oh god, no. I mean, there's some, but it's the whole thing about, especially Norwegian culture, is that everybody just keeps to ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, you don't strike up a conversation with just a random person.
Oh, really? You guys don't really kind of just like walking down the street and, hi, how's it going? Well, yeah, how's the family? And blah, blah, where are you heading? And nothing like that?
No. Yeah, unless you're in the north, because they're friendly.
Interesting. Yeah, because I mean, like here in Canada, I mean, well, in some parts, You could just
North
walk down the
Americans,
street.
I think shooting the shit is like universally accepted that
Yeah,
a
yeah,
random stranger on the street will engage in conversation.
yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how big your town is. If it's like below 6,000, like, well, we're just above 6,000 people. You say hi at least.
Right.
But, yeah, but you don't really stop and have a conversation unless they know your parents.
Gotcha. Yeah, because like I lived in Tennessee, in Memphis, and so friendly, anybody, and like you could be sitting there waiting for the bus and say hello to somebody, and they'll tell you their life story. You know, they'll just open right up and talk about anything. You know, which is really interesting.
It's funny, because looking from the outside in, it's like, Americans would want to eat your soul.
Well, there is that, I suppose, but like
But that,
for the most part,
though, like you wouldn't expect that from like.
yeah, it happened to me many times. Like a little old lady on the bus stop, and yeah, she'd tell me what was happening, and then I'd run into somebody who looked like he was like part of he was part of a gang or something, and yeah, I'd say hello, and he hi, and and we'd have a conversation, and yeah, like I liked being down there. I mean, like when they talk about Southern hospitality, I mean, I understand it. I mean, people are really nice. Yes, they could be giant racists, but they're still polite.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll have something like that. Maybe not the total racist part, but the saying hello.
Yeah, we could do we could do without the racism, right?
Yeah, don't need that shit.
No.
Yeah, we're very big on personal space here as well. But you don't stand too close to each other when you're talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you get a lot of that around here. Like, you get the mix of people who are not into talking, right up to somebody's face. Whereas, again, it's kind of a mixture. You meet some people that are, they'll keep their distance, and then some, yeah, they just come right up to your face and they're just, hi, how's it going? How's your day? It's like, holy shit, back up. I like some distance. I don't like when people are like right up to my face talking. But you get it. You get that here.
Oh well.
Did you hear that, Chad? If you're going to Decepticons, Chris likes it when you really, really invade on his personal space.
Yeah, please. Please.
See? He's begging.
He's begging for it. Greenleaf Terrain, there he is. Personal space. Get stepped up in your personal space. Get stepped up? Get stepped up? I don't know what that means. Get stepped up. Or is it like get stepping? No. I don't know what you mean, Adam.
Stepping, man.
I don't know. Adam's being cryptic. Okay. I bent this
Speaking
little
of,
part.
well, it's actually, I guess, pre-dark ages. I am doing my Gallic Space Marine right now. Well, not right now. Gotta get the green stuff. I'm practicing sculpting. Sculpting.
Oh yeah, that's cool. How goes the G.I. Joe project?
I'm just chugging along. Still
Yeah.
waiting for restock at the local store.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd rather spend money there. I mean, I could just go on GW's website and order it right now.
Right.
I'd rather spend money there.
No, it's I fully endorse supporting local, especially in these times.
You know, buy other stuff in the GW store, but
Well, I mean, like some of the stuff from G-Dubs. I mean, when they have their exclusive shit or anything like that, then okay, yeah, get if you really need it, get it from GW
Yeah,
direct.
I try and go to my local for if they have what I need in stock. He's just waiting, and eventually one of the GW restocks will have scions in it. Just doesn't know when.
Well, plus too, I mean, having to wait isn't such a bad thing either, because then it gives you time to get other shit. Because otherwise you'll end up buying all this crap, then it's gonna sit on your shelf, and then it's gonna weigh on you, and you'll be like, oh, I gotta get this project done. You know what I mean?
Especially if you're like me, where it's like you start a project and then you get halfway through it, and you're like, I want to start something else.
Yeah, I get that way too. I mean, here I'm starting this project now, but I've got like 2 other projects that I kind of want to get started on, and the big holdup for me a lot of times is whether or not I want to film it. Working on stuff, right? And it's like, yeah, I'll film it. Then I never get back to it because then it trying to find time, within, trying to get this shit done, right? Unless, of course, I just streamed all the damn time. But that just sounds really exhausting.
Yeah. I remember when I first kicked off this project and I told you about it. I said the next project I was going to do, because when I started this project, I guess it was like when a lot of people in the community were talking about female space marines.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can do that. It's like an easy conversion, and I can just like make a little like picture tutorial on how to do it, because apparently making female space marines is so hard for people.
Well, I think
so I was like, you know what? I'll go a step further, and I was talking with Stinky, and I might make an expensive conversion to show for it. I might take Lehman Russ. Lehman Russ might become Limano.
Leomunda.
Well, I think the whole thing with female people having a hard time with female space marines, it's just lack of imagination.
Yeah, so I was talking with Stinky, so that might become a project. I think another part is people like gotta be like, well, it's not in the lore, and I was like, well, it's your plastic model. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't have to be in the lore. Just use your fucking imagination. You know what I mean? Like, how hard is that?
Yeah. I mean, Gallic Space Marines aren't in the lore, but it's not going to stop me from having Space Marines with boar heads.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Because for any history, I guess fanatics might get it. Gaul, i.e. Gallic peoples, typically depicted like their flags. They don't really have a flag because it's like back in like ancient times. Their motifs, their favorite one was a boar. So it was
Big Marines.
I was like, oh, Mertens, I'm gonna get some. I'll make this whole chapter Primaris, and it'll probably be my 40k Space Marine army going forward, because my Blood Angels are pretty much done. I have like 2 companies worth of Blood Angels, and I'm kind of happy where it's at. So I'm doing Gallic themed Space Marines, and they're all gonna be Primaris, and they're all gonna have boar motifs sculpted on them. Some of them might have like, you know how the Romans had those, what are they called, like vexillias or whatever, the guys that wore the wolf heads.
Oh yeah,
It'd be like that with boars. Or
that's
boar
cool. So you're gonna paint them like greeny or earth tones and
green,
stuff like that?
I'm doing green, and right now I'm working on a small Stormcast force from the Dominion box. And I'm working on my freehand, because they're all painted. They're all being painted in Kokloma, which is the Russian pottery art.
Oh yeah.
So they're all being painted like that, and that's working on my freehand. So when I get to the Gallic Space Marines, their main color is going to be like a not too dark, not quite Dark Angels dark green, maybe Salamander's green, but it's going to be inlaid with like a teal blue.
Cool.
And then I don't know what the accent colors for the trims and stuff is going to be. Probably something earthy.
Going orangey brown.
Yeah.
Gotta play nicely with the turquoise.
I've been getting really into like freehanding stuff. So.
Well, there's lots of exercises you can do to strengthen your ability, especially if you're not used to drawing. Because essentially that's what freehanding is right? It's drawing.
It's drawing. And I draw, or I try to draw regularly.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you just do a little bit. It's like, practicing guitar. You just do a little bit here and there every day kind of thing, right? And drawing's the same way. Just do a little bit here and there. And
I'm gonna try and do every Space Marine's gonna have like inlay on them, kind of like with the Stormcast. Every Stormcast has the Oklahoma pattern on it. And just like kind of like push myself.
Yeah, that's good. Do it, man. Do it.
It's been the project, but I want to change all the power swords to spears. And that's going to be the hard part, because that's a lot of Eldar bits.
Yeah.
Because I could go to a
Just
third
use
party.
the Dominion box.
Yeah, but I'm actually using those models.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So I'm actually playing with those models. Otherwise, I would. And then I was like, well, when the box comes out of those dudes with the spears, if they come with another weapon option, that gives me a whole bunch of spears. But that box hasn't come out yet, so I don't know if it's just going to be like they are forever spear boys when they get their own box, or if they're going to have like hammers or swords. So right now it's been Eldar spears, which is what I did for my Emperor spears. Is I just took the plastic Farseer that rides on a jet bike. I think he comes with like a spear and a sword, and I just took the spear bit and clipped it on.
Yeah, it works.
Before they came out with those kits, I was stockpiling up spears and stuff from High Elves when the High Elves were still a thing, and I was using the spears and then using the arms from another fantasy unit. But then I was taking these because there was one High Elf spear tip that was perfect for the singing spears for Eldar, and yeah, I was making conversions of them. I don't know if I have any around, but I still have all the bits for doing this. And I'm like, oh fuck! And then they came out with the kits, and I was like, might as well just make it, Might as well just buy a bunch of the jet bikes.
Because originally I was going to use Dark Elf spears, because they still make that. GW still makes that kit, and that kit can be built with crossbows or swords, so I could use them in Age of Sigmar. But the spears are just a little too, like, evil looking, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah, they have too many angular points to them.
They're very stylistic, GW-wise. Like, you look at it on a GW model, you're like, oh yeah, it's a bad guy spear.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the spears in the Wood Elf, what are these guys called? Eternal Guard kit. And then I looked at the price of the kit, and I was like, it gets pricey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit.
It also doesn't help that their spears are double-ended. So they're more like stabs, I guess you can say.
Oh yeah, now I know what space you're talking about.
Yeah. So I've just been, because I occasionally add to my Eldar, and I have the Eldar I'm working on now, so occasionally I nick a power glaive from a kit. But you only get about one per kit, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, that's it. That was.
The spears don't last too long.
Yeah, it was the Dire Avenger spears.
Dire Avenger spears and the Farseer jet bike.
Yeah.
About it. Oh no, and that's more of like a glaive. I was gonna say the Banshee kit, but that's more like an axe on.
Oh. Do I have it here? I had the boxes. I'm gonna show you. So I had them all ready to go. Do you think I know where my frickin' bits are? No. Anyway, yeah. Because, yeah, it was the Dire Avenger spears, and then I was using the High Elf. It was the Chariot. And there was a spear tip that was, I think, like, it was attached to the chariot itself, and I think one of the guys was riding with one. And I was using those spear tips to make my singing spears for my jet bikes. But then, of course, G-Dubs came out with the kit, and I was like, oh, fuck. Probably one of the most expensive units to field dollar-wise is a Seer Council on bikes.
Yeah.
Because it's $45 Canadian per model.
I think I may have done a conversion job for my brother, making the council on bikes. But it's so long ago, I can't even remember.
Yeah, well, they were just so darn good, especially back in 4th. They're really tanky. Now they're just more annoying than anything. They're not super effective, other than getting shot at.
So it's sponges.
Yeah, well, like in the current rules, using the Seer Council, they're a fucking bullet magnet, but they don't really hit that hard. But they're very durable in the sense that obviously they can take a lot of fire and shit. All these little spiky points on these things keep poking me. There it is. There we go.
What's the name of that thing again? It's the Snatchaboss.
Snatchaboss and Scumdrag or some shit like that. It's a pretty cool looking model. When I first saw this model when they showcased it a while ago, I was like, oh yeah, that's fucking cool. Same with the troll dude. I like the troll dude as well. Swamp Boss Scumdrag. That's the name. And
There we go.
Yeah,
Cool.
it can either be done as the Scum Boss or Swamp Boss or the Snatchaboss. But I am going to do this though with the unarmored head, just because I like the look of that, and also we can play with the flesh more.
That's why I leave things mostly unarmored, more flesh to paint.
Yeah, just so you know, just for some visual interest, right? I like the cages though. That's so cool. I wanted to do something with the cages, but I was going to put a Kingdom Death model in it, but it's not big enough. It's too big. The figure is too big. And I'm
We
not.
don't have any ale gustlers lying about.
No.
With
Unfortunately.
tiny men inside.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like little skeletons or whatever, but well, this one's closed up now. Put a skeleton in there, be like building a ship in a bottle. I'm gonna leave these off though, I think, for the time being. Yeah, just because they're gonna be a pain in the ass to paint around. And I'm leaving this off the base so that I can, airbrush shit and try and get stuff done just a little bit quicker. And what do we got left? Just one other cage and a small cage, and that's it for the build of this guy. And then it's just either do him as the boss or the Snaggaboss or the Swamp Boss. Of course, Snag Boss is a hilarious name, but I digress. 52, 53. Time we have. Holy cramoles, we're already over 2 hours. Jeez Louise. Time flies.
Yeah, I've almost painted an entire Cruel Boy in that time.
That's more than what I got done. Not that it's a competition.
I know.
You just work hard.
I'm a slow painter. It's like I don't go over the lines or anything. I just keep everything smooth.
Yeah. Well, I'm super slow as well. I don't paint very fast. If I was, a commissioned artist, I probably would just, obviously so that I'm more productive and profitable. But yeah, I don't get really worked up about how fast I work. I go at my pace. But unfortunately, that makes for a bad commission painter. Taking a long time.
You're enjoying it, just sitting there and tickling your model. Today actually, I finished the big pigeon lady from the Dominion box.
Oh yeah. How'd you enjoy that one?
I hate painting scenery, so I did that first. Let her sit until now, and now I painted her in 2 days.
Oh, okay, that's all right. 2 days, wow.
So yeah, just but everything is mostly white. So I went with white armor with gold trims and blue accents.
Oh, that's
like eel.
Did you post pics?
I did not.
Well, if you're feeling courageous, I'd like to see some pics.
Yeah, well, now that she's done, I might.
Yeah, please.
That means I have to download Discord on my phone.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy how you can still, the Dominion box is still on GW's.
Still what?
Still for sale on GW's site.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that is I remember the ogre box. It went like crazy.
Well, because Dominion was supposed to be Age of Sigmar's, what was the Indominus.
Right.
Yeah, I got that one as well. None of them are finished.
Oh, same here. Yeah, I've still got like lots of Indominus. Well, because like I'm not fired up to paint Space Marines, and the Necrons. That progress has been halted just because obviously working on other projects and shit like that. I was thinking. I think I'm probably going to sell off the Necrons. I don't know if I'll sell them off before I finish them, or as I finish them, I'll sell them off. I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to get rid of all the Necrons. And I'll probably sell off the Void Dragon as well.
Wait, what were you going to sell off?
The Void Dragon?
Void Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, the Necron. Wow.
Yeah, the big Necron fella. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to sell that off. But I'll probably sell off. I think I'm gonna sell the Necrons. My son, I was only really hanging on to them because I was thinking maybe my son might want to play them, but he's like, nah, he wants Tau, so he started doing Tau.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he start Tau?
Yeah. So.
I held on to the Necrons from that box for like a year, and I was painting them, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play them. And then, it just never did. So I just cut my losses.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with me as well. I had kind of plans for them, kind of, but once my boy said, I'm not interested, I was like, well, okay, fuck him, and I'm just going to get rid of him, right? So.
And it's just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, and then you turn around and you look at how big your already current collection and like work in progress stuff for the actual stuff you play with, and you're just like, yeah. And I just cut my losses. I was like, as much as I want to paint Necrons, it's like, I'm not gonna ever play with them.
Yeah.
I have a thing that if I don't have the rule book, they're not important paint jobs. Not that I play that much. But I tend to complete more stuff if I have the rules for them.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Just it feels just a bit more like a motivator.
Yeah, well, I can actually play with these when I'm done.
Yeah.
And I don't have to bother with buying an entire new book.
I did keep one model but it wasn't from the Necrons and Indominus, because I was going to play with Necron until I decided that I already have too many projects, or too many armies. And I kept the Destroyer Lord, because I just think it's a cool model.
It is. Big floaty death machine.
I was just like sitting there.
If I was all about Necrons, I'd love to do one of the new monoliths.
Mm-hmm.
They just look like fun.
I think that's another problem. It's just spoiled for choice.
Yeah.
It's like you want everything, and then you get something, and then you look at what you already have, and you're like, I really, really shouldn't.
Yeah. I'm faced with that a lot.
So I try and limit like armies for systems. So right now, because I have Indominus and I'm keeping the Stormcat, and I have the Cruel Boys all painted, or not painted, primed, ready for painting. I'm just like, do I really need another Age of Sigmar army?
And so you tell yourself, yes?
Well, you tell yourself yes until your inner voice stops saying yes.
Oh.
The inner voice goes, yeah.
Yeah, see, like,
Mole.
yeah. See, my inner voice went away a long time ago because I got married, so. It's
just...
it's usually just me, honey, I really need this. Nope. Oh. All right.
Because you pretty quickly figure out how much room an army takes, and then how much limited space you actually have.
Yeah.
Yeah, my loft is completely stuffed.
I was all about the Stormcats. But I was also all about the Cruel Boys. It was probably one of the few starter sets I bought where it's like, I'm gonna use both factions. And granted, Cruel Boys are in the Auric War Clans book, but I already have an Orc army for AOS. Like, completely done, ready to go. Something I actually take in the store and play with.
As for sculpting and design, I think the Dominion box is just one of the best works that Games Workshop has ever put out. Those Cruel Boys, they look amazing.
Yeah. They're very, very cool.
And the new design of the Stormcast Eternals was just... Maybe I'll start playing them, actually.
I like those, what the hell do they call them? The Annihilators? I like these guys.
The ones with the hammer and shield.
Yeah. They're just cool looking. I mean, yeah, they're very Space Marine-y, but they're still pretty damn cool. I've already got a unit of them ready to go. They're already chromed up and all. I have not done anything with them yet. Again, project sitting on my desk.
Yeah, so the Cruel Boys might get axed from the project. I might keep the dude, the Cruel Boy, the orc that's on like the ward or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Just because that's a really, really cool model. But
Yeah, I'm looking at him on my desk, just staring at me, primed and ready. When are you gonna paint me? Well, I don't know.
because I do have a rule for don't collect armies if you're not going to play with them. I don't have a rule that says don't buy models you won't play with, because I buy display models that I paint and like put on a shelf somewhere. But I don't have enough shelf space for all of the cool boards. So it's like one of those things. Or do I wanna
I
keep
used
them?
to get that scratch itched when I painted for my friends. They would buy stuff and I thought, hey, that looks cool, can I paint this? But then after a while I got so literally, I was sick of painting for a while, and they never got their stuff painted, so I just gave it back and said, sorry, I can't. But now I'm back on painting again, luckily.
Yeah.
But that means they don't buy more armies, which means I have to buy those models I want to paint myself, and what am I going to do with them after? I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, you could always paint them up, especially if there's something that you really like, and then you can just sell it, you know?
That is true.
And then that way it funds the next project that you're excited for, and, you know, it just kind of, you know, keeps going. And especially if you can price them in a nice competitive way that, you know, you can make a little bit extra on top of it, you know?
Yeah.
Just to help with costs of paints and brushes and what have yous.
Terrible at that. I'm terrible at selling myself like that.
Well,
I just can't go, look, I painted this, do you want it? That's the extent of it. I painted the thing, do you want it? It costs this much. But there we go.
Well, it's another reason why I'm not a very good commission painter, because, you know, not that I can't sell myself or anything like that, it's just, I don't know, because I don't want to be bothered with more fucking projects.
That's very fair.
Because I get requests every once in a while about commissions and stuff like that. Somebody recently wanted me to do a McFarlane action figure, and I was like, well, not really. And it wasn't even 40K related. It was Wonder Woman as something else, and I was like, no, I can't take that.
Oh, it wasn't even a 40K.
No, it wasn't even a 40K McFarlane. It was Wonder Woman. It was like a new Wonder Woman, and it was a conversion part, and I don't know. I can't remember what it all was, but it was like, sorry, I can't do that. Not that I can't do it. It's just I don't want to do it. It's not something that's going to fire me up and inspire me and, you know, get me excited about stuff. In fact, I'll probably hate it by the end of the process. And when you're constantly, like, as a you know, a content creator and what have you, it's hard enough fighting burnout all the time that you don't need to take on extra bullshit to you know, add to your concerns. Which is why I don't take commissions.
Yeah, I don't know how, like, commission painter, like, day job commission painters do it.
No, and neither do I. And, you know, bless their hearts for doing it.
Because it sounds cool until you sit there and you think about it, and it's like, at some point you're going to have to paint shit like you don't want to paint.
Yeah.
You gotta paint it.
And you're going to have to paint 500 of it. That's what really fills me with dread.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because a lot of people that do want commissions want like an army.
Yeah.
Or might not be the whole army, but they'll want, like, you know, multiple units.
And then, of course, if you do a good job, which you should always strive to do, but
They're gonna come back.
they're going to come back, but it could be a few years later. And so if you're not really great at note keeping, you don't know what you did. You know what I mean? He wanted a custom paint. He wanted custom color with a custom icon, and you know what I mean. And then I don't even remember what the hell I did with that. You know?
First, you're gonna paint my Gallic Space Marines, and then 5 years from now, I'm gonna convert up some more, and I'm gonna go paint.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so it's a hassle. It's a hassle.
I mean, more power to the people that do it. It's just like every time I look at it, I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, it completely kills my boner just thinking about it.
The last commission, I did a commission paint, but it wasn't Warhammer. It was a 3D printed Pikachu.
That's cool. Now, I imagine you didn't have to paint 500 of them.
Oh no, it was just one chubby little mouse.
That sounds fun. Yeah, fun stuff like that. I mean, it's not bad, you know. The other hard part about commission painting, of course, as well, is getting the amount you need, right? Getting paid an appropriate amount, because so many people don't want to pay the right dollar.
If you were to charge like the actual amount of work you put into something, not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, I think personally people should, but they don't, because that number would be so large and nobody would ever want anything.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, like, any wargamer, if you wanted to get them on any kind of, rant, just talk about GW prices, and yeah, you're in a screaming match at that point.
And rules.
Yeah, and rules.
rules.
Yeah, and rules.
Right.
So I always, when I try to sell this hobby to friends who hasn't tried it yet, I say it's a 3-part hobby. You got the game, you got the painting, and then you got the arguing about rules.
Yeah. Pretty much.
At which point I just turn my brain off and go, whoop-de-doop-de, I got Nurgle.
I have a similar take on my 40k games. It's most of the time I bring my guard. And I go, what are you playing? He's like, actually, you know what? I don't care what your rules are. You can tell me whatever the heck you want, because I got like 300 models on the field.
And I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah, I want to shoot you, and I'm going to take casualties. So you could go you could make up some BS rules and wipe out my squad. I won't even second guess it because they're guardsmen. But I got 300 of them.
Oh, that's a safe play. Strength in numbers, truly.
No, I was just pulling up a calculator. Oh.
Don't make me
Well,
do
that's my
math.
problem. I tend to gravitate heavily towards like elite armies. I just want 3 big models and I'm fine.
No, I'm one way or the other. Either super elite or just so many models that I don't care.
Okay.
But yeah, I just pulled up a calculator. Like, at my state's minimum wage, if you're to be a commission painter here and charging, at least minimum wage per hour, and you took, I don't know, 10 hours, that's $117.
Yep.
Not too many people want to pay that per model.
Nope.
I'm going to have to look that up. I have no idea how much that is. Or say 117?
117 for 10 hours at minimum wage. The minimum wage here is like $11. A little,
Oh yeah.
not quite 12. But so if like a commission painter was to charge a somewhat livable wage in the state I live in per commission, guesstimating that they take about 10 hours per model to do a really good job. Some models, obviously, painting a guardsman is not going to take 10 hours. It might take an hour. But, paying 10 of them, so squad or a character, let's say, it's about $117. So, yeah. So if somebody came up to you and was like, paint this guard squad, and you went, oh, it'll be $117. I think, it's a hard sell.
Yeah. I usually tell people, whenever this question ever comes up, I usually tell people 3 times the retail value of that kit. And that's usually approximate about what it would cost to do that kit. Especially if it was like, not a very high tabletop, but a tabletop standard,
Mm-hmm.
And I also say that as well, just so they quit bugging me. Because that's usually, for some, that's kind of a high price.
Yeah.
but I mainly say it just because I don't really feel like doing it. Oi. Who dat? Riffcan. Thank you for the follow. Riffcan? If anybody can, Riffcan.
I don't typically get people to I don't typically pay people to paint my models. There are a few models I paid people to paint because I had an idea around it, but a lot of times I feel like they're undercharging, so I end up like tipping just because I'm like, there's no way this is like.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. That's a big one on the artists themselves, right? To charge appropriately. And I always go to the example of tattoo artists, you know. And tattoo artists way back in the day charged whatever per studio. There was no consistency as far as what a tattoo costs. But then at some point they got together and everybody decided what a tattoo costs. And so when you walk into a tattoo parlor, do they even call them parlors anymore? But anyway,
some places do.
Yeah, you know, they all charge approximately a minimum, right, of like $100 an hour or $150 an hour, and that's pretty much all studios. They all charge that amount, at least. Some go as high as $300, but you know, you're getting like somebody who's, you know, really skilled at this shit, which is appropriate. So if you were to commission, you know, a famous miniature painter, right? Yeah, you should fully expect to pay a good amount to get that work done.
Yeah.
You don't lowball, you know, especially somebody who is, you know,
you don't
internet famous, right?
Like, I don't know, Geraldez. That's the first major super artist.
Yeah, you don't low.
Geraldez because it's Infinity and stuff. So.
Yeah, you don't lowball that guy, right? Because you're paying for his name associated with that work, so you would pay whatever he was asking, even if he was asking a hilarious amount. If you really want that paint job from that particular artist, because that's really what you're doing, is you're paying for that name to be associated with your piece. Alrighty, duders. I'm as far as I want to go for the moment. I think all I have to do is finish the duder and the head, and we can get started on this. But I think those are going to all be left as sub-assemblies.
Is it all done, ready to be painted, sub-assembly?
Almost. I just got to get the swamp boss and the head for the beast. But otherwise, yeah. I mean, this has still got to cure longer, but yeah. Shit. I just broke it.
I didn't know you still had this. I thought you got the swamp boss already, but it's not.
The what?
I thought you already built the swamp boss.
No.
Monday?
No, but I'm definitely going to try and get the rest of this stuff done before Friday stream.
Mm-hmm.
So that we can start actually get to the painting phase.
Start actually painting.
Get to some painting. Although the painting's probably going to be a few weeks, because I think I'm going to probably take my time with this. Because I want to do a good job, but I also don't really know. Oh, shit, somebody's calling me. There we go. The stupid thing is that when my phone is in proximity to my computer, the phone call comes in on my computer. It's Apple, right? So it's all connected. Alrighty, duders. Barfing Sheep, any last words of advice, wisdom?
No, not really.
Hale?
Any advice or wisdom? Just do it and fuck the lore.
There we go. Just do it and fuck the lore. That's words to live by right there. Make sure you check her ID. That's awful.
Very important.
That's awful. I know. Okay. Boop, sing us out, bud.
I sing out every other time.
Okay, barfing. Do you want to sing us out?
What do I sing?
Whatever. Sing us. Sing us the songs of your people.
Oh no.
Okay.
In
Well,
fact, I'm gonna slip out before you can pass this on to me.
it's like Bales. What a fucking guy.
He got me there. I was gonna pass it on.
All right. Well, fine then. I'll just do my default. Unless you want to. Do you want to sing something out?
No, I'm not one for singing online.
Not at all. No. Oh.
Oh, I used to be vocalist in a band, but no. I'll let you do your thing. Sorry.
Oh. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Till next time, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the follows. Riffcan, everybody. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. And Barfing Sheep, thanks for jumping in today. That's fun.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun.
Hale says I get one song a week. He's in the goddamn Twitch chat. Fucking guy's hiding. Bails as soon as the ending comes up.